Hey everybody, how are you? I am back once again and I have a contour and highlight tutorial for you. It's going to look something like this. I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit today, with also a little bit of help from the MAC Prep and Prime as well as the Maybelline Fit Me. So if you'd like to see how to get this contour look, please keep watching. I've gone in and primed my face. I have used Maybelline's Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. I love this stuff. It's very comparable to the Benefit Professional Pore Eraser and Primer. So this retails for about $30, whereas this retails for about under $10. So you're getting almost the same amount, if not the same amount. This is 0.67 fluid ounces, whereas this is 0.75, but at the same time it's like $30, you know, what you gonna do? And then I've also gone in with my Makeup Forever foundation. This is the shade N170. This is a summer shade for me. It comes off a little bit orangish, you know, but I'm kind of tan, so that's just kind of what I gotta deal with. This is not the new formula, however. This is the old formula. Yeah, so I've gone in with this, and then I've also gone in under my eye with the Maybelline Age Rewind Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser, and I always just take this sponge off because I feel like I get a better application if I just pump it on the back of my hand and apply it. And then I've also gone in with everything. I've just used my damp, dirty, nasty beauty blender. So to contour today, what I'm going to be using is my Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and it just looks like this. I love the packaging, I love the black, and it's very dirty, so don't judge me. Like, everything's dirty. Oh well. But it just looks like this inside. It comes with 6 different shades. And as you can see, I've hit pan on this little baby. Yep. So I really love these colors. I usually use this color for cheekbones underneath my jawline to hide like a double chin, and I use it in my temples, around my forehead, to give a slimmer appearance on the forehead. And then I also use my banana powder. If my banana powder looks a little funky, it looks like somebody's smiling. 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. Well, that's kind of creepy. So I'm going to take this Real Techniques, what brush is this? This is the foundation brush, and it's very slim in comparison to the other brush that we'll be using, so you can see. And I like to use this brush first to really create a harsh line. Now you're like, I don't want a harsh line on my face, but don't worry, we go in, we blend everything out. So it's gonna look crazy before it looks amazing, okay? So I'm going to take the darkest shade here, and remember to tap off the excess. And I'm going to start by creating a harsh line. So you wanna follow where the hollow of your cheeks are. If you go like this, you can see like the natural shadow. Okay, so now you want to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so now that it looks like we have sideburns growing onto our cheeks, what we then want to do is take another brush, sort of like a short of a buffing brush, and this is the Real Techniques. I believe this is, oh no, this is the contour brush. So I'm going to go back in with that same color that we just used for our lines, and I'm going to focus on going upwards but not going below where we would highlight. So sweeping it upwards, sort of blending that harsh line out, going upwards so that it's harsher on the bottom but fades upwards, if that makes any sense. So Okay, so now what I also like to do, this is optional, I just feel like it is a fun little step. I like to go back in with that dark color, and I like to take it on that fluffier brush, and I put it right underneath my jawline. I feel like I have a double chin, and this is a really good step for if you do have like a little bit of flap right there. It creates a shadow and it hides it. Now I know mine's not like massive. I'm gonna get comments like, oh my god, first world problems, this girl thinks she has a double chin. Like, no, I know that it's not massive, but it's still there and it bothers me. I'm entitled to my own problems, okay? So another new step that I've been trying is the whole baking technique, which is basically taking a banana powder and putting it underneath your contour lines and letting that sit until you're all done with your makeup, you know, your eye makeup, everything, and you know, you let that basically bake on your face for about 10 minutes and then you brush it off. So I'm going to be doing that today. I'm using the Ben Nye Luxury Banana Powder, which is life, and it comes out like crazy. So I'm using my Lorac Pro palette here as a little plate, and then I actually love using my little white cosmetic sponges, and I'm just going to take like the edge of it right here, and since it's a straight edge, I'm just going to carve right underneath. Think of it as like when you take concealer underneath your eyebrows to kind of make it look cleaner and carving that out. This is the same technique but with your cheekbones. So once you have your line defined, like so, you then want to sweep it downwards. And I'm not worrying about blending anything just yet. So as you can see, that's already cleaned it up a lot, and it makes my contour really pop out. It's a little too much though, right? So that's the whole point of baking, as they would say, because within time, it sort of sinks into your skin and starts to look more natural. So I'm not going to do anything with that at the moment. So next I'm going to contour my forehead, and also this is optional. I feel like, well, I know that I got more than a forehead. It's like a 5 or 6 head, if you will. And once again, first world problems. I'm going to go back in with my contour kit, and I do like to use the darkest shade once again. So I'm just taking that buffing brush, and I start at my temples, like pretty close to my hairline, and I work that actually down to meet the contour of my cheekbone right there, so that it all sort of blends. And then I focus on the corner of my forehead, take some more, and do the same thing on the other side. I got hair in my way. The same thing. This is just creating sort of a natural shadow, if you will, so that it gives your forehead a slimmer appearance. And then you definitely want to take it right along the hairline at the top of the forehead. Next, we are going to contour our nose, and I feel like I still haven't exactly mastered this because it'll look harsh some days and then natural some other days, but I don't like when it looks natural because I feel like my nose still looks big, and I'm like, whatever. But we're gonna give it a go. I'm gonna show you how I contour my nose. You can sort of get an idea how to contour yours by how I contour mine. The cat is still biting my feet. Okay, so you want to take a concealer. I'm just going to be using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I'm going to be taking my e.l.f. Eyeshadow C Brush, which is really great for it's really a great brush for primer, concealer underneath the eyebrow, or for this technique. So what I'm going to do first is take some of the product down my nose, and you want to make sure that your line on your nose is straight. If not, your contour is going to look like you have a crooked nose if it's not a straight concealer line. I'm going to take it up sort of in a triangle shape, upside down triangle. I connect it to the top of my eyebrows and then like right on the sides here. So next step is you want to go back in with your contour palette, and I'm going to go in with my Body Shop little lip concealer brush. I think this is a really great brush for nose contour because of how slim it is. So I'm going to go in with the grayer shade right here. And I'm taking a little bit on the tip of the brush, once again tapping it off. And you do want to use grayer shades for your nose so that it kind of looks more natural of a shadow. And I'm going to go in with my Tarte palette just so I can see the mirror. And you just want to start from where your eyebrow starts, and then the side of your nose right alongside the edge of the concealer mark that you've used. If you see me looking down, I'm getting more product. And then I'm going to cheat that line by going in a little slimmer by the tip. I'm going to start, think of it as drawing like a little U here underneath the tip of your nose. Some people like to start with that first and then they do the sides. And then just do the same thing on the other side of the nose that you just did on this side. You then want to blend it out. I'm going to be using my Beauty Blender. I do blend out my concealer first. So instead of just doing this, like instead of blotting that in on the pattern we made, I take it up in a little bit right here and make it a little round. Now you can also put your banana powder on your forehead, but I don't really do that. And as you can see, our banana powder, not so much on this side, but on this side it's setting in very well. So as I beat my face, taking that e.l.f. brush again, and I'm just sort of trying to blend in the concealer. But I find most of the time that my ring finger works good for this. So as you can see, the bridge of my nose definitely looks slimmer. So to create sort of a button nose effect, you want to go back in with that gray powder, grayish brown powder I should say, and draw just a little line on the tip of the nose. Okay, so now that we have a penis looking nose, we then want to go in with like a little fluffier brush and blend out those lines. And a little tip to also make the nose look slimmer and the tip of your nose look higher, like you have a cute little Whoville nose. You want to take a highlighter. This is just, why can't I open this with my big hook of nails? Ah, seriously? What has happened? Oh, there we go. This is from Mark, and it's just a highlighter. It has a whole bunch of shades, and you just swirl in there. But what I like to do is just take my ring finger on the top shade because it's the lightest. And you want to put this on your nose right on the tip. Just dot it on there. This is going to create the illusion that your tip of your nose is higher. For highlight, I like to use my MAC Prep and Prime highlighter in Bright Forecast, and then I go over it with my Maybelline Fit Me in Light. So I'm going to take my MAC Prep and Prime first. Mind you, I do this highlighting step after I've already done my eyebrows, my eye makeup, everything like that. So I just take a little bit and I make sure that I'm not putting it where the contour is. So I put it under my eye going outwards and then up towards the temple. This is literally my favorite highlighter ever, and I need a new one, I'm afraid. The only bad thing about the MAC Prep and Prime is it's in like that black tube, so you can't see when you're running low, and like one of these days it's gonna be empty and I'm gonna shart in my pants because I'm not gonna know when I'm gonna need a new one. Okay. Go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer like I said, and I literally just will go in dots with this because this is a very light concealer for my skin tone, but I do like it because it acts as a highlighter more than a concealer for me. Now going in to set that, I'm going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit once again. And I'm just going to be taking that little cosmetic sponge that we use, and I'm going to be taking the banana shade and placing it right under the eye. So, had some left on it. And if you get like this little patch right here of white and then it's dark because of your contour, we're gonna go back in and fix that, so no worries. So you can just take like what's left on that brush and sort of go right on top of that, because I don't like that little bar right there. So we're gonna do the same thing on the other side, and I'll see you guys when I'm done. So our next step is just, I'm going to take my e.l.f. stippling brush, and I'm just going to brush over where we baked. And as you can see, what?
You gotta let Mama do her contour video.
And as you can see, it blends very nicely into the skin. On the other side here. It just helps to bring out our contour even more. So I'm going to blend banana powder I placed underneath my eyes as well. So normally, you know, this would take me literally like 10 minutes while I was doing my makeup, but since I was explaining the video, that's probably why it took a little longer. But yeah, so this is just what we are left with. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please thumbs up, subscribe, do what you gotta do, but just do it. I believe it's down there somewhere. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye guys.